a mess. Don't know how I got here, but I'm blessed. Didn't know it'd take me past my destiny. You're behind me with the rest, 'cause I'm a mess. No more you.
Hello, how are you doing? My name is Otto and welcome to the channel. Today, I want to show you and talk about this gimbal from the brand Hohem. They sent me this to test it out, but this is not sponsored and everything that I say on this video is my own opinion. This is the Hohem iSteady Pro 4, a gimbal for action cameras that will work with almost the entire GoPro lineup. The Insta360 One R, as well as other similar action cameras like the ones from the brand Akaso. Cameras like the new DJI Action 2 are not on the list of compatible cameras, but surprise! It seems to be working just fine. This gimbal is going to make your videos more stable. For older action cameras, this is a no-brainer, and I wish I had one of these for my older GoPro a few years ago. For newer action cameras like the GoPro Hero 10, you might be thinking, hey, this camera already has great stabilization. And I do agree, but that stabilization does have a few limitations. And that's what I want to talk about, but before I get into that, let me show you what comes inside the box. Okay, so this is a slim carrying case, a mini tripod, a USB-C charging cable, and 3 different cables to charge different action cameras. This gimbal is lightweight, just 360 grams. The mini tripod weighs 30 grams, and this gimbal can be folded for easier transportation, but it doesn't have locks of any kind. The iSteady Pro 4 can support action cameras up to 160 grams without issues. It has a large battery that will last for about 12 hours. You can use the gimbal as a power bank to charge any device, even when the gimbal is off, using this USB port on the left side. There is another USB port up here, and here we can use these short cables to charge the camera. The build quality of the gimbal is good enough, and it is splash-proof with an IPX4 rating. I didn't say waterproof. It's not the same. Don't push it. One of the main improvements that this gimbal has is the new quick-release clip that holds the camera. It makes it easier to mount the camera and even easier to remove it. Using the gimbal, it's really easy. You don't need to pre-balance the camera. You just place it, turn the device on, and start recording. The handle on the gimbal has a good size, and it has a rubber grip. On the back, we have a trigger that will recenter the camera if you double press it, or it will activate sport mode if you press and hold it. On the left side, there is a USB-C port to charge the gimbal, another USB-C port to charge other devices, and a 1/4-inch thread hole for expansion. On the right side, there is a battery level indicator. On the front panel, we have a joystick to move the camera around, a slider to tilt the camera left or right, and the power button. If you connect the camera with the gimbal, it will also start or stop recording, and it can change the camera mode. We also have this mode button that will change the different gimbal modes, and on the left side, we have an easy-to-read light indicator telling us which gimbal mode we're using. The 4 gimbal modes that we have are pan follow, pan and tilt follow, lock mode, and POV. The ones that I like using the most are lock mode if I only want to keep walking in a straight line, and pan follow when I want to make circles or panning movements with no tilting up or down. Pan and tilt is going to be useful for shots like this. This gimbal has 3 axes, and this will make your videos more stable. I think we all agree that nobody likes shaky video clips. And the GoPro Hero 10 has a very impressive stabilization, but it also has a few limitations. For example, horizon level, which will keep the video straight, only works on linear field of view. So if you want to go wide or super wide, it's not going to work. A gimbal like this will keep the camera straight no matter what field of view you're using. Another problem of this camera is that under low light situations, the stabilization doesn't work very well all the time, I do believe that this is related to low shutter speeds, so this doesn't happen only when it's dark. If you're trying to make cinematic videos using the 180-degree rule using ND filters, it can happen as well. And that's why I believe that the iSteady Pro 4 is the best companion for a GoPro camera. Now, the gimbal is not 100% perfect on its own, but on low light situations, it is going to work better than the stabilization on the GoPro. For the rest of the time, combining Hyper Smooth with the gimbal is going to be the perfect combination. If you want to see the difference, take a look at these video clips. Just so you know, all the video clips that I use for this review do not have any kind of post-stabilization. You can get additional benefits if you get the Hohem Gimbal app. Connecting to the app is very easy, no need to register, no activation, just open the app, make sure Bluetooth is on your smartphone, select the right gimbal, tap on the device, and that's it. With this app, you can remotely control the gimbal. You can move the camera around with this joystick, recenter the camera, select the gimbal mode, and start or stop recording. Motion lapses are also going to be possible using the app. And last but not least, you can calibrate the gimbal, install firmware updates, and on the settings, you can adjust a few things such as the follower speed and the joystick speed. I think I'm going to get a coffee now. In the meantime, leave me a like, leave me a comment, and how about if I see you in the next one? Oh, and the link to this gimbal is going to be on the video description down below. Bye.